you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We've been all over the world the last several weeks. Tonight, the GSRC Zeppelin lands in Germany, just in time for the end of Oktoberfest. Holland made the flight. Acosta didn't make it to the airport. Not here tonight. But Holland is preparing for battle at this legendary racing venue, and so are his teammates and the rest of the field here in the Precision Racing League. Coming at you live for round 6, the Precision Racing League Formula 3 Series here on GSRC and the iRacing Esports Network. In the booth with me this evening, well, my little brother Johnny's here. And over there in the big chair, Joe Pete, twisting and tweaking the dials for us this evening. And of course, the man behind the cameras here that you see every week on the network, well, that's the great Dougie Beard. John, I came all dressed, ready to go party down in the arena, and then, well, they closed it tonight. We're not messing with the arena. What's going on? Was there trouble with the Scorpions tour bus? What do we know about what's going on here at the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit without the arena section?
Well, they're not here, Sean, because it's AM, it's not PM. So if you wait about 12 hours, they'll be here. Yeah, we're here in Germany, man. Yeah, there you go. Overslept. Nürburgring. Well, man, this place is historic. The many facets of it, the many designs and aspects of this course just speak volumes for all types of cars. And these Dallara F3s are gonna, well, they're gonna have fun tonight, Sean. Look for wheel hop, wheel spin. Look for sausage curves. Look for lighten them up, and also look for 1Xs. This course, 2.88 miles, 4.6 kilometers, 12 turns. This race is going to be 45 minutes. Right now, they're sitting out here qualifying. But let's take a look, Sean, firsthand in the, actually, I think it's a Renault 2.0. Let's take a look at it.
All right, we've got Amjad Yamada, the GSRC Formula Renault 2.0, so let's do a lap around the Nürburgring.
Coming down to the Yokohama S, this is going to be a great passing opportunity, but it's a sharp chicane, so it comes with its fair share of dangers. This will be a particularly difficult set of corners for anyone on a single screen, so be wary of how closely you're fighting. From there, you've got quite a ways to turn 3, but this upcoming left-hander is still a difficult one to pass on. It's deceptively quick and also leads directly into the forward curve, where the switchback means having to compromise your line. It's best to try and hug the left side on the exit. A lot of drivers will be setting themselves up for a run out of here down into the Dunlop hairpin. Expect more attempts at an overtake into the braking for this long, patience-trying right-hander. There's a fair bit of banking in this corner, but it's still very difficult to make passes around the outside. Plus, as you come out of here, drivers will be tracking all the way out, and you're likely to get shoved into the gravel. From there, switch to the right to help you straighten out the Schumacher S. This will be flat out, so it's all about limiting your steering inputs. Then comes turn 7, which will sometimes offer chances for a sneak attack, but be careful about how wide you come off on the exit, because you need to quickly switch back to give yourself as good a run as possible off the Bilstein curve. Compromise your line through here, and you're going to be a sitting duck, since it's a long acceleration zone down to the Vidal chicane. This is another place where overtakes will be very popular, because the draft is going to be reeling in anyone within striking distance. Side-by-side battles will be erupting often, but it's so incredibly tight through here that you'll want to make sure you're single file once you reach the apex. From there, it's a short burst to the final hairpin, which is pretty straightforward. Square off your exit for a better launch to keep yourself safe from attack down the front straight. Make sure to practice your pit entry too, so that you don't have a Coulthard moment and smash into the pit entry wall. But hopefully you kept it all together and have now finished a lap around the Nürburgring.
And that is a lap here in Germany around the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. Now, folks, race fans alike, ready to compete against the financial markets. Well, supporting over 60,000 users across the globe, NinjaTrader provides award-winning trading software and brokerage services. NinjaTrader is always free to use for advanced charting, backtesting, and trade simulation. Visit NinjaTrader.com to get started with a risk-free trading simulator and start tracking your performance. And performance, well, that's what this season here in the Formula 3 series has been about. Johnny, let's look at the driver standings, and a friend and GTE teammate of yours is in the lead right now, David Holland. I wouldn't say he has it by a stranglehold, but he is starting to pull away from Acosta, and, well, that's going to pull away even a little bit more this evening. Now, one drop is figuring into the current points. I know Acosta's got 22 drop points, and I believe the first round was his drop race, so that'll change, and of course, by him not being here this evening. But that's the fight at the top. It's the fight for third that's really, really great right now. You've got Zagers, Antana, Patafani. John and I will talk a little bit more about that later, but those three really battling hard for third here in the points currently. Top your driver standings here in the Thursday night series. Now let's look at the team standings real quick and go over there and see what's going on. And folks, Vantage Esports Yellow is running away with it. There's just no mistaking what's going on there. Again, though, this championship here is not without drama, because you look back there at the battle for second. Well, everybody's in it at this point. Everybody except Vantage, who is starting to run away, but forward by SRT Esport Blue, Alpine Stars Geodesic, and SRT Esport Red. So obviously the SRT Esport teams very, very tough this season, and there looks like they're going to get a chance to fight it out for second spot here in the team standings. But John, let's talk a little bit about what's going on tonight here in Germany.
I can't believe this is already round 6, Sean, of 10 races. This season is really flying by quickly, and that's what they're going to be doing tonight, is probably flying over many of these curbs here. It'll be a 45-minute race like it is every week. Open setup for these guys, so they can tweak and modify and make any type of adjustments they deem that they need for their driving style and racecraft. 20 incident limit. Will this be an issue, Sean? You and I talked before we got on the broadcast, and I think this was actually one of the first races you and I called last season. I don't know if it was this particular configuration, and we didn't see that many incidents, so I don't know what we're going to see on that. And again, their new bonus point profile, you sit on the pole, you get an additional point. the fastest lap, you get an additional point, and anyone with 3 or less incidents gets another additional point. So one person sitting on the pole and setting a fast lap and having 3 incidents, they can walk away with 3 additional points, Sean.
And on the front row right now, it's a couple of Texans who've flown all the way over to Germany, John, and right now sit atop the standings. Rob Clenard, David Holland. Now, we knew Rob would be fast when he got back.
Rod,
I didn't know he'd be
Rod,
this fast.
Rod.
Did I say Rod or Rob?
It's
Rod.
Rod.
I said Rod.
Like
I said Rod.
Okay.
Rod. I'm going to start calling him Rod Stewart now. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
No, but we knew Rod would be fast once he got back. I didn't know he had this kind of speed though. Right now, 135 flat. John, that's did we even see that in practice? Because I noticed the track temperatures come down significantly from practice. We were just over 100. It's only 86 here in qualifying right now, and it's 11:20 in the morning virtual standard time.
Yeah, actually, we saw Sean 134s in practice, and the track was like 72, 73 degrees. So yeah, it's come up about 13 degrees. So we're seeing just a little bit slower times, but right now I'm seeing people struggling to find a clean track to run, as we see David Holland just bump his teammate there, Rod, in the second. So right now David Holland sitting there on P1.
Yeah, and just over 3 minutes left in qualifying, so I think everybody's only going to get about 3 more laps to take a stab at this right now. Nathan Lewis, and a driver who we hadn't even mentioned yet, Lewis P3 currently, John. He's got 6 laps in already. Nathan has been awful fast this season. He just hasn't had an awful lot of luck. Does that change tonight? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Nathan has shown his bicep every week in and week out. It's going to be interesting to see if he can carry that through the execution of a complete race. Tonight could be his night. And let's not forget Raymond Day, who has been extremely fast week in and week out. It just unfortunately has not been there at the end to capitalize on that speed and those results.
Trying to see where he is in qualifying right now. Where Ray's
He's
at.
currently
There he is. He's in
P7. Yeah. Anthony Pisano having a good run there. Sitting 8th right now, right in front of Overbay.
And I talked about the battle in the championship points between Zegger, Santana, and Old Glitter Pants there. That battle for 3rd in the points. Checking in on them and where they're at right now here in qualifying. Let's see, Santana, Padovani, where are those guys at right now? Santana in the 11th. Padovani still trying to get some laps in here, I think.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, let's take a quick shout out to the iRacing Esports Network, would you?
Yeah, oh, that's right, John. The iRacing Esports Network. We're here. We're on the iRacing Esports Network. In fact, I called for that next and then went on a tangent. But, yeah, welcome. If you're here for the first time, what we do here is, well, we broadcast iRacing. Lots of it. The Global SimRacing Channel, RaceSpot, LSRTV, Apex Racing TV, SimSpeed out of Australia, our friends down under. See all your V8 supercar action there, and many other forms of racing, GT racing, sports cars, you name it. We have it all here on
Don't
ISN.
forget Dirt.
Dirt, yes.
Yes.
The World of Outlaws, World Championships here on ISN. And John, we're here tonight with the Precision Racing League, and with only about 40 seconds left in qualifying, things are starting to take shape here at the top. Holland still got it. In fact, he's off the track. He's comfortable with it. Clenard still looking for a little bit more here. In fact, he just went across, and I don't think he picked up anything there. In fact, no. Wasn't even his fastest lap, so he holds on to P2. Lewis has brought it in. Jefferson Padovani now up to P4, John.
Glitter Pants is, well, he's showing that bling right here towards the end with 10 seconds to go.
He was back there in 8th, actually, behind Santana, and he jumps ahead of Santana Santana's still out there as well, looking for a better lap. But Padovani getting up to P3.
Takeshi Kita coming in 13th there. Stephen Baraday in 14th. David Cristelli in 17th. Lyndon Swaby in 23rd. Pegleg is here.
Yeah, Pegleg's here, but boy, it doesn't seem to be one of his favorites here in Germany. Seems to be a little bit off pace from the rest of the guys. Watching. And Padovani bails out on that one on us. Thanks, Jefferson. Not a lot of cars left at, but here's one more from Rod.
Yeah.
Okay. We're on a mission from Rod. That's a joke that you will not get, John. All right, so here comes Rod, and where's he going to wind up? 193, not going to do it there. Just a couple of cars left. Kyle, strike ours. Let's see what Kyle's got in him here. Maybe get... Nah, going to be a little slow on that one. Does pick up a little extra time, but not quite good enough. Armando Edwards is going to bail out. And John, I believe that is everybody. Lucio Vargas looks like maybe he can finish this lap. Not his fastest. There's strike cars now coming across. A little bit better for him. And that is everyone, John. So why don't we go ahead and scramble to the grid here and let everybody know where this field starts tonight. David Holland's going to get the pole. Rod Glenard is going to start there. Right next to him, his fellow Texan Nathan Lewis qualifies P3 right next to Glitter Pants. P4 for Jefferson Padovani. Raymond Day qualifies P5 tonight. Francisco Montini will start 6th. Adam Colsar starting 7th. Right next to Kevin Santana, the number 666 will start 8th. And then row 5, it's going to be Nick Delp and Anthony Pisano starting 10th tonight, John.
Mr. Michael Overbay starting in 11th. Daniel Zeggers in 12th. Takeshi Samurai Kita starting 13th. Stephen Baraday will be starting 14th today. Lionel DePratt 15th. Juan Taylor will be 16th. David Cristelli will be starting 17th. Owen McLaughlin 18th. And in the 10th row, we've got Kyle Streichars in 19th, and Hugo Galaz starting in 20th.
All right, John, starting 21st, it's going to be Armando Edwards, and Brett Thurman gets to start 22nd tonight. And starting 23rd, and at number 100, it's Lyndon Swaby Pegleg is here. Matthew Gunderson's going to start in 24th. Ty Gore in the number 7, starting 25th here. P26 going to go to Kenny Rodriguez in a 969. Chris Richards will start 27th tonight. Jay Steffi 28th. 29th goes to Andy Spicer. Donald Olson 30th. And John, I'll take these last few. 31st going to go to Sean Duhamel. Lucio Vargas 32nd. 33rd Daniel Barnett. Radomir Tavares 34th. David Hebert 35th. 36th David Blackwood and Charles Sumner starting 37th. Easy for me to say. John, we get ready to kick this off. Great racing here tonight. The track temperature creeping up a little bit now to 91 degrees, 92 degrees. Here we go. We get ready to get started. I'm excited. I know you're excited. The lights are about to go up. The F3s, the Dallara F3s, start to roar here on the grid in Germany.
Turn 1, Sean. Turn 1.
Yeah, turn 1's going to be a backbreaker for this field. You can get a lot of cars down there. The lights are up. And we're mean green and underway here in Germany on our way down to the Yokohama S. Turn 1 is on the way. The hard right-hander. Everybody getting there at the same time. It's a jailbreak. So far, so good for most of the field, but it's Holland and Clenard that get away clean. The teammates already on top of it. Raymond Day back there in 5th, battling side by side. Santana.
Yeah, we had a swap of positions there between Glitter Pants and his teammate Nathan Lewis in turn 2.
We got a couple teams that have broken away here, John. Holland, Cunard, Patavani, Lewis. And then Raymond Day, teammate to Holland and Cunard, is picking it up back there in 5th. So it's a pretty good start here for most of the field. They get sorted through turn 1. Now as they start to make their way around out of the Bilstein curve. Oh, and there's the battle in 3rd. Nathan Lewis, Jefferson Padavani. Looks like Lewis going to get the best of that. Our leaders stay in line. No battle in between those teammates. John, you could drape a blanket over the top 20 right now.
Yeah, all these guys doing a great job as we see Kevin Santana taking extremely wide out of the Coca-Cola curve there.
And we're battling for the lead, heading down the front stretch here, John.
Rod Clenard there, taking it over from his teammate.
Oh, and is that Pat? That's over. Is that Michael Overbay, I believe, or is that Raymond
that
Day?
was Lewis. That's
That
Lewis.
Lewis that was on his lid. Lewis and Day both involved in that. Oh my! And it was Clenard that got caught up in the end of that. You see him pull away as before we go to the replay here. It gives Clenard going to the inside. Here into turn 1. Brings it in deep. Makes the contact.
Actually, Sean, that's Raymond Day. That's Clenard's currently leading the race. Yeah.
Yeah, Clenard's leading the race. It was Raymond Day that makes the contact. My bad. Getting all the teammates mixed up, John. Oh, what a mess.
Just to clarify, Rod Clenard is in the lead. His teammate David Holland is closely following 2nd. Jefferson Padavani is in 3rd, and Francisco Montini in 4th.
And the big surprise right now, Adam Kolsar, really no big surprise. He had a great qualifying effort. Now he finds himself in P5. And I messed that whole replay up, John. I had everybody thinking poor Rob Clenard was out of this race. Glitter Pants gets away with one there. He was right in the thick of that. Look at this battle down the front stretch. All these cars still just, like I said, you could just throw a blanket over all of them. Montini getting by Kolsar over here into turn 1. Montini pulled out the slipstream down the front stretch and then took it inside, John, and gets the position. But Kolsar fighting back here, really, really up the wing now.
Boy, he is. Those two are just going at it.
Kolsar, the Indiana driver here, hunting down Montini. Boy, has a really nice exit by Kolsar.
You know, something we didn't talk about, Sean, is the slipstream is huge here. I'm watching these cars just suck right up to them, especially going into the chicane here with NGK. That's some great battles here. Raymond Day trying to recover from that incident, marred back there in 24th position. Just past Sean Duhamel.
Yeah, Raymond is, the car actually doesn't look bad, John. I think he's going to be okay. Obviously, though, fighting from far back in the field, he does have some wing damage, but he did get by Duhamel. Hugo Galaz has just had a problem. Galaz is off the track.
He's back on right in front of his teammate there.
Let's look at this on the replay, John, as Hugo had a little trouble here. I think he got a little high on the curb here. You'll see him when he comes back to the right. It looks like the right front maybe clatters over there a little bit.
Takes a cone with him. Yeah. Hey, if you're going to do it, take some equipment with you.
Right? Take the cone.
One cone, 2 scoops. There you go.
Yeah, it just seemed like he got a little bit too much of the curve there. That's up the balance of the car, and that's what got him around, but no damage. He gets away clean. Duhamel back in front of him.
Yeah, I'm thinking Rod Clenard out here in first place didn't get the team memo to keep his teammate close in the slipstream.
Rob actually going by some traffic right now. That's Radomir Tavares, and ooh, a bad spot there for David to catch Radomir. I think David will have a report on exactly what gears he is running in. But oh, and Taylor's had a problem, John. Wong Taylor has had a problem. The SRT Esports driver, he wasn't the only one. I think there was another car involved there. We'll go to the replay. It's a self-spin for Taylor.
Oh, teammates.
Yeah, and Kyle Strykars was already turned around when he got there. So something happened with Strykars. And I think Kyle just lost it on his own. If we're going to pick this up on the replay, Kyle loses it on his own. And he was around, like I said, before they even got there. Yeah, Kyle just doesn't handle the turn there really well. The car gets loose. He gets spun around. He doesn't get hit. Everybody spinning around him. It's like the cone of, well, not the cone of silence, but the cone of protection. Come back to the battle on screen.
Sean, real quick, Montini is, boy, he's on the back, and he's got Colsar right. Oh, and he spins right in front of him.
I think that was some of our traffic that might have spun right in front of him down there.
Yep. Montini was all over the back of that slower car. And
oh, yeah, it was Tavares. It was Tavares that spun. Oh, my. We'll continue to stay with the battle. You know who just missed that was Daniel Zagers, who got by Tavares, man. Zagers had a really, really close one. Colsar and Montini still just slugging away at each other.
Colsar with a great entrance into one and exit there.
And that slipstream we talked about, John, you can see Montini trying to break it as they come down the front stretch down to turn 1. Not a whole lot of luck bringing it. Little Colsar makes a dive in there, going for the position on the inside. Colsar with a great exit off, right where he wants to be. Little pressure on Montini here, John.
Yeah, great battle between those two. Colsar definitely seems to be faster, but I'll tell you firsthand, passing Montini, well, that's like being in a Prius trying to pass the Titanic. He makes it extremely wide for you.
Yeah, he's not giving anything to Colsar here at all. Not even giving him a line as he keeps really just side to side, defensive move after defensive move here up and down the track. It was another thing we didn't talk about on this circuit, the elevation changes here can make it kind of hard to see. The sight lines on the car can get a little funny here.
Montini with a great exit there out of Coca-Cola. Let's see if Colsar can get a draft. And watch him go into turn 1. He approaches it totally different than Montini with a great exit off too. Here it is.
Look out. Almost the same as it's a carbon copy of the last lap, John, practically.
I wonder if the director can pull back coming out of 2 there on Colsar. Sean, I want you to see if you can bring it up. The tire marks. These guys are lighting the tires up coming out of that tight left-hander.
Here we go.
Watch the tire marks, Sean, as he exits.
You can see a little wheel spin there on camera, John. We got it, actually. Good job of getting to that.
Thank you to our wonderful director there for
Yes, sir.
bringing that up.
Back to the battle between Coulthard and Montini. Nothing changed while we took that quick replay. They still have 34 minutes to go, John. Maybe about 22 more laps here. Oh, and a mistake by Francisco Montini. He's got to take the safety lane there, John. Little mistake under braking, getting into the chicane.
And another scoop of ice cream and a cone for the gentleman.
Oh. Big trouble there for Montini, John. He's going to lose those spots, unfortunately. We're going to take your picture away for just a moment, but we'll stay on top of the action here for you.
With Daniel Zegers.
Zegers. Oh, no. And Zegers had been doing so well.
Just a tough spot to try to get back into traffic there.
Yeah, and Johnny went high center or the curb and just right up over the top of it down there in turn one, and then came out back on the track in front of everybody. And man, it doesn't get much closer to that. He did a donut in front of the field and somehow managed to get away. Oh, brother.
That's right. Just, Sean, real quick, the director has informed me I, in fact, was correct. That was a Prius that went down with the Titanic, not a Model T.
Up front, Clenard still holding serve here over David Holland by about a second, 1.2 seconds. Got a little bit of traffic. Rod's coming up on now. That's Matthew Gunderson. He's going to get by.
Oh, I guess I put the jinx on my teammate here, Lyndon Swaby. I was going to brag he was up 12 spots, but he just cut the course there and had to serve a penalty.
Oh, jeez. Let's see, we have our picture back there for you. All is well here in Germany. They tried to cut the wire on us.
Yeah, Dougie got the extension cord out.
Getting that extension cord ready for us. See, a little battle here for P12, John. It's all stacked up here, actually. You got Keita leading the way, Lionel Duprat, Armando Edwards, Faraday, everybody throwing it in there. And Duprat's going to come out away from them all. Armando Edwards, Faraday, and then there's where Daniel Zegers is wound up right in the thick of this battle.
You know, we haven't talked about Anthony Pisano. He's having a great run this evening. Currently in 5th. He's up 5 spots. I think he started 10th. He's out there by himself. You know, he's turning laps, and he's turning consistent laps, which, you know, that's going to get you a great result at the end of the evening here.
Yeah, in fact, John, the last 3 laps in particular have all been 36.8s. It's just been really all over it. Those have been his fastest laps of the race so far. He is really dialed in, and honestly, it finds himself just under 2 seconds behind Adam Coulthard now.
Way to go, Paisano, huh?
Armando Edwards with a small problem, John. That's going to have him drop a couple of positions. Lyndon Swaby gets by him. Here it is on the replay. And you're going to see it's all on him. No contact here. Another car just going around. Maybe a little too much brake right there, John. Getting the car slowed down.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe playing with the brake bias at the wrong time, something like that. But that'll put him now down to P16.
Swaby taking another position out here on track.
Swaby taking position. Daniel Zager's up at the front of that, John. He's the one who just got around Stephen Varaday. And oh, contact right in front of Swaby. Swaby somehow gets through that, John. I think he got away clean, but Varaday, big trouble. Here it is on the replay. It was him and Cristelli, I believe it was. This is David Cristelli in the red and black car right there, just behind. And there's the contact, and Varaday up and over. Not going to end well for either of them, John.
Battles all over the track here. Raymond Day and Hugo Galaz for 16th and 17th. Steffi just made a pass on Varaday.
Yeah, Varaday getting back into the battle. And up front, I know we're jumping around just a bit, but you got Montini, Paisano at it in the middle of traffic.
Santana there. He's
You didn't say that.
Yeah.
And there's Michael Overbay right behind all this action, John.
Santana with a great watch. I tell you what, Overbay's in the perfect spot with these three battling.
He really kind of is right now. He's back there. We'll refer to that as the popcorn position in this battle. He does have a little company. Nick Delp just there behind him.
Boy, Overbay gained about 10 car lengths and about a half a mile there. So that slipstream's working for him.
It really is. Either that or he's running the nitro this evening, John. Shh. Yes. Overbay needs a little luck, man. He needs a little luck or a little help, one or the other.
They don't call it nitrous in Germany, Sean.
Okay.
They call it boom in these four cylinders.
All right, so actually things settled down for just a moment. Kind of hard to believe. It didn't seem like things would ever settle down. Montini starting to break away just a little bit. Paisano looking over his shoulder now at Kevin Santana. And as we continue to forge on here, the track temperatures come up a little bit, John. It's now 95 degrees here in Germany.
Yeah, I think we're going to see most of these guys, Sean, really pit toward the edge of their window. This is a track, you know, we haven't talked about it. You don't want to pit too early, and then the exit of this pit, well, it dumps you out right in the hard braking zone of turn one.
Yeah, this, of course, another one of those tracks, as we've seen many of them this season, where that pit exit just dumps you right into the racing line. This one dumps you right into the Yokohama S there, the first turn at the end of a very long straightaway. So the guys who aren't pitting obviously carrying a lot of speed down in that corner as you're trying to get up to speed and make that hairpin turn.
Speaking of speed, David Holland has called to the challenge here to catch up to his teammate, and he is charging to the front.
Yeah, you know, I talked about that gap not too long ago and how it was just over a second. It was like about 1.2, 1.4, and now Holland has really started to reel him in. It's about 0.8 of a second now, and I think Holland decided it's time to giddy up a little bit here. Here's our lap comparison, Johnny.
I think Holland decided, hey, you went to Italy a couple of weeks ago. Germany is my town.
Yeah, well, good to see Rod come back strong. I almost did it there. I had to think about my words, Johnny. I had to think about my words. Words are very important. Names are very important.
Like Renault.
Yes. Now listen, Rod is starting to lose that advantage that he had, because now Holland has gotten up into the slipstream. No doubt about that. As they get ready to complete another lap here, this could come down to a battle down the front straight here now.
Yeah, and Rod's coming up on a slower car here, Sean, and he's going to hit it right there at the end, going into one. Yeah, the director brought up a good point. Hopefully he doesn't actually hit the car.
Literally hit it. You saw a car coming out of the pit lane there in the picture. That was that exit we talked about. And that car is David Hebert. David's going to move right over, let the battle go by him. And really did not affect the distance between the two of them there. So good job. All right, those two haven't gotten any busier yet. Pisano still being chased by Santana. It's about a half a second. Obray's got a little space between him and Delp. And we've got several two-car battles going on throughout the field. Raymond Day's back there battling with Galaz. I think Duhamel's got a battle going with Lucio Vargas all the way in the back. Still a lot of cars on the lead lap here, John. Right now I'm seeing 23, 24 cars. Kyle Strykars and Ty Gore both just now in the pits.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with the strategy of Charles Sumner. He starts last. In other words, he doesn't even qualify, and he jumps up to 14 positions. Last week he had an incredible run, and this week it looks like he's doing the same thing.
Yeah. Sumner working a little bit of strategy of his own.
Looks like Raymond Day here.
It is. Yeah, Day and Galaz. Day's still trying to get back all that's been lost here early on in this race. Galaz not letting it go easy, John.
No, but Galaz had a gentleman pass there. He backed off. Ray was on the outside. He was not actually in the preferred line, and Galaz just kind of let him go by. That's a classy move there.
Santana still in his box. Daniel Zager's in there as well. Santana's dropped off the jack on his way out. Man, Zegers was way quicker on that stop, about almost half the time in that stop.
Yeah, 11.6 seconds for Santana, 7 seconds for Zegers. What an incredible stop by Zegers there. And Hugo Galaz said, "You know what? I was a gentleman once, not again." And takes the pass by Raymond Day there.
We should go up to P8 though. Delp and Takeshi Kita, the Samurai, is caught Nick Delp. 0.2 of a second separate the two. The Samurai's got to run at him, John. Going to the inside. Ooh, what a
nice
move into the chicane. Yeah, by the Samurai. Oh, hang on. He's not done.
Well, he's going in the pits there.
Delp's in. That's not a bad strategy by Delp, though. Race him hard right there into the chicane and then peel off. Get out of the traffic, go get your stop in, and get back on clean track. Nick Delp, Lyndon Swaby also in, John.
Yeah, and I'm expecting our front runners to pit together here, and I think that's when we're going to see Holland turn up the wick. He seems to be comfortably pacing right behind Clenard, which in essence could be saving him some fuel. So let's see if he leapfrogs Rod there in the pits when they do come in. We're right about the 20-minute mark, so I look for them to pit here in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, and this has been a good one, John. I always know it's a good one when the time just kind of escapes us, when we don't realize exactly how much time is left until we look at the clock. And this one's just been flying by this evening. We had a lot of action early. We had some We had some incidents that collected a few really, really good drivers. Oh no, Duhamel.
And here they come in the pits.
Trouble. The leaders come in the pits, but Duhamel and Lucio Vargas just had big trouble, John. We'll go back after the pit stops. We'll get that was down near the Ford curve is where that happened. As we watch the leaders all make their way down here in the pit stops. Clenard, Holland, Jefferson, Padavani. And here comes Francisco Montini, peels off. Clenard, Holland, both in their boxes, come to a standstill. Great stop there by Jefferson Padavani. And man, they weren't in there long, were they, John?
No.
Wow. That epitomizes the splash and dash, baby.
Oh, and they come out right in front. Oh man, that split those two up.
Yes, it did. That's exactly what we talked about, John, when we talked about coming out into the traffic. I mean,
Armando Edwards, you know, hey, he's got the track. It's his call,
right?
And he split the teammates.
Now let's look at this replay of what happened here between Duhamel and Vargas, John. Again, I think this happens down in the Ford curve. Here's Lucio in the red and white car, and oh, it looks like he clips Duhamel. Then Duhamel's car does a strange thing there, John. Pirouette on two wheels. Here we go, on board with Lucio Vargas.
Yeah. Ooh. But he was nice enough to shake the dust off the car by kind of lifting it up and dropping it there. Edwards is in the pits now.
Yeah, he is. He just peeled off to come in the pits. And John, everybody else who stayed on track when our leaders came by, Clenard goes to the lead, Holland goes to second now, Pisano, Overpay, the Samurai, Colsar, Lionel Duprat, Armando Edwards, Owen McLaughlin, is all in the pits right now, John. That's the Samurai rolling there. A great pit stop for him, actually, John.
Yeah, an incredible stop by him.
Yeah. And a clean car, and he comes right out into a battle there with Nick Delp. Takeshi on the hammer here, man, coming out of the pits. That's for P6. That's 6.9 seconds in the box there for Kita. Another driver going with just the splash and dash.
Yeah, some of these drivers decided to take tires. I'm looking at the 12th place car right now, Lyndon Swaby, with a 5-second stop, Sean. Incredible stop by him, and a good recovery for Lyndon after that that slowdown penalty.
And honestly, a bad qualifying effort. I mean, he's up 11 spots to find himself in P12 right now, and honestly, more opportunity just up the track in front of him. I mean, he's got 3 positions right in front of him. Got to be careful, though. He gets a little shaky there, opens the door for Colsar. Lyndon got to be careful here.
And maybe we shouldn't put the camera on Peg Leg. It seems to splinter his wood there.
In fact, Colsar could have get by Swaby. So yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Oh, here we go, Kevin Santana.
And John, the Samurai.
Yeah. Did that happen out of the final turn there? Kevin gets a great run, able to get by Takeshi and hold on to it here.
This is a great battle. These are 2 hard-driving drivers right now going at it. And, hey, the Samurai is getting comfortable in this car. We see it week in and week out, although we just saw him push a little bit too bit.
Yeah, Nick Delp's got to be worried in front of these guys here. Only a second up the track here.
Oh, and he gets punted.
He's around, John.
Zegers gives him a little punt there going into that corner.
Well, we'll get a replay of it here. And it does look like contact from Zegers here from behind. Maybe a little net code involved there, John. I don't know. It was awful close. I know Daniel certainly didn't mean to hit him.
Yeah, well, we saw Takeshi get extremely wide, and he lost that momentum as he's got a car in front of him that just spun and came back on the track.
Duprat, John, who had just spun. Duprat had just gone around. Takeshi had just getting his wheels back under him there and comes out as Duprat's trying to get back to the track. There's Lionel right there. Oh, yeah, it looked like he got a little bit too far out to the left, touches the grass there, and that helps get the car around.
Gotta stay away from that grass.
Tell you what, it has not killed the battle between these two though. Kita, who did a great job of saving the car there, did lose a couple spots, but he's still got a great battle here with Lionel Duprat. He'll have a lot of work to do to go catch Lyndon Swaby, but this one is the one you want to watch. In fact, looks like Lionel Duprat was trying to set him up there for a possible passing opportunity. He just couldn't get there. And Andy Spicer with trouble, John. Looks like that was down in turn one.
Boy, Duprat is all over Takita right now. Going to the outside. He cuts him off.
Oh, no. John, Montini's had a huge incident here.
Take a look at it here.
It wasn't just Montini. He made contact with Charles Sumner, John, and that got both cars off track. Neither one of them wind up into either of the barriers. They both get really fortunate there. Lots of traffic gone by, obviously.
If we can go up front, we've got a battle here for the lead.
Or no, for the lead, okay. Yeah, the lead coming up on traffic. In fact, it looks like the traffic's going to get out of the way. In fact, it do. That's Donald Olson. Thank you, Donald.
Here comes that slipstream.
Man, this has been a feisty race, John.
Now they go down the long straightaway here, going for the chicane uphill. Tough part of the track for me, this uphill section right here through the chicane. It's where I talked about where the sight lines get a little funny. I sometimes have trouble really lining that up, John, and either overshoot it or undershoot it and wind up over those curves there. It's a very, very difficult chicane to get through uphill like that. Well, that's actually a good observation because I think we just saw that from Holland, you know, with Clenard being out front like that. He closes up about 3 car lengths there.
Yeah, saving it for the last lap.
Speaking of which, just right at shy over 10 minutes here left in this race.
John down the front straight, Santana Delp. They've been going at it for the last 2 laps. Daniel Zegers right in their mirror. Looks like Santana is going to hold on to that spot over Delp. Sumner's sitting back there in the, Zegers sitting back there in the popcorn position right now.
Yeah, he's got his teammate there, Delp, in front of him. Kind of like that Overbay situation a few laps ago. What a great run he's got, Delp, that is.
Boy, Delp, really, I thought he was there. I thought he was going to make an attempt right there.
Let's see what happens down this long straightaway. Delp gets another good launch off that corner as they go up the hill here into NGK. I don't think he's going to have enough to get there. But he's on the back of him now, Sean. If he can hold that line coming out of the final corner, the Coca-Cola here, he backs off and he gets a great run out of that corner. Look for the pass.
And it looks like Zager's going to try and get himself into this party too. Maybe pick himself up a spot. Everybody down into one. Oh, and contact there between Delp and Zager. Just a little bit of wheel contact. Delp's going to hang on to the position. Santana's going to pick up a little bit of ground, John. Let's take a quick look at that one. Got a little dicey down there. All screaming down into turn one here on board with Zegers.
Yeah, you see Delp going to the outside, and actually that is a pretty good move because then he's got the inside to the next corner, and they just touch to the left rear of Santana's car there as he kind of pitches him off going into that corner.
And all three of them still remain just nose to tail here on track.
I'm looking to see if Delp's got any damage. I don't see any, Sean.
Yeah, I don't see anything on Nick either. The wing looks fine. Both wings, front and rear. I just saw Holland and Clenard go around for another lap, John. I think they got about 5 laps left. Holland right there out of turn one. Keep him right there at 4 arms length, John. This is going to be an exciting finish between these two teammates. I'm sure last lap the gloves will be off and there'll be well, no teammates.
I don't know. There's some history here between these two. I think you're going to see a clean race. You're probably going to see nose to nose coming across the line. That start-finish line, you know, you called it earlier, Sean. You've got to get a good run at a Coca-Cola corner to get that long straightaway. And the start-finish line is some 350 feet past that corner, so that, you know, if you can get a good launch, you can get that win.
On board with Rod Clenard, teammate David Holland right behind him.
Holland's got the good slipstream going there. Decides to back it off a little bit early for NGK corner as they get it set up. Right now, David's just kind of assessing what he needs to do to get that pass made on the last lap.
Setting him up.
Right there. To leap rod him, right?
Leap rod, yes.
Yeah, leap rod him.
You know, all right, so this is one of the 2-car battles going on track. A little bit further back in the field, we've still got Takeshi Kita holding off Lionel DePratt. Now, Takeshi had made a mistake 2 laps ago. It dropped him back to P12, but it put him into a great battle with Lionel DePratt. They've not made much progress on catching Lyndon Swaby, but right now, Takeshi Kita's got a mirror full of Lionel DePratt, man. Lionel is really pedaling hard.
Oh, and Sean, Delp is back up to Santana here.
He sure is. And Santana with a hard ride over the curb. We were watching Takeshi Kita. Santana really, really rattled the curve back there in the chicane, John. Or I'm sorry, in the hairpin. And what you fear with a hard rattle like that is maybe some suspension damage or some wing damage. This could be exactly the opportunity Nick Delp needed.
Delp had a good center there on that apex of the corner. Doesn't seem to get the runoff like Santana did. Let's see what happens down the long back straightaway here going through the uphill. Delp's just kind of taking these corners nice and easy. Here's where he needs to launch to get up to him.
Man, just can't close the deal here. Oh boy, watch out.
Too much rear brake there on Santana, and he loops it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's a case of looking in the rear view mirror and hitting your
Pressure.
braking.
Yeah. Pressure, man. You know, we're deep into this race, less than 5 minutes to go. Oh man, just got to be gutted. And our friend Christian Challoner out there in the chat saying how this is a long race for Formula 3 racing. Yeah, folks, it's only 45 minutes, but that's 45 minutes of being just like at top speed on this circuit and really trying to maintain your focus for that long. It's a shame, but that's what happens. And yeah, Kevin's going to give up a couple spots there, and but he's not out of this thing yet, man. We still got a few minutes left in the race. In fact, Santana got Colsar in front of him, but let's go up to the lead now. Clenard and Holland.
Yeah, Clenard. Clenard's coming up into some slower cars here. Hopefully he doesn't catch them right there into turn one. It doesn't look like he will.
And Clenard just goes purple, sets the fastest lap of the race, John.
Oh, and he lights him up. Man.
That on the heels of turning that fastest lap we talked about. And they've got a bunch of traffic coming up in front of them here. With 2.5 minutes left, probably one of the last things you want to see are Tyler Gore and Andy Spicer, Chris Richards, all just in your path right now. They'll do their best to get out of the way, but you got to keep racing. That's a battle for positions there in front of them.
Yeah, you can't just throw in the towel and give up. You know, those two are fighting for positions.
All three of them. Yeah. That's a battle for P20. So this is actually gonna get very exciting here, folks, with less than 2 minutes to go. I think when they come around to the line, it'll be the final lap. They are definitely gonna get into this traffic, and this traffic is gonna decide this race, John. Hopefully not. Boy, that awful generous move there by Ty Gore.
Holland is there.
And Holland is there.
Line. He's going to get the run coming out of Coca-Cola. He's got the run, Sean. If he can get that slipstream, he can get on the inside of Rod there going into one.
Rod taking the defensive line to the inside. Holland around to the outside, John.
Oh, slower car. Rod's got a brake check hard.
Oh, Holland to the inside. Holland gets that preferred run, John. So he spins the tires off exit, though. David Holland now in the lead. Still has traffic in front of him. Watch out here. Andy Spicer right up the road. Clenard's got to work hard here to try and figure this out. He's got to find his opportunity. He's got to find it quick. Only about a half a lap to go.
Holland's got to be nice with the spice here as they go through some traffic. Spicer.
This is it, John.
Rod's got a great run.
Yes, he does. Oh, Spicer is going to be right in the middle of this, John. And Spicer, again, the Spicer is battling for that spot.
Rod's out in the gravel.
20, Rod.
Throw the X's out the window. Get as much run and momentum as you can.
Bernard's there. He's there. Spicer right there in front of him, John, in the chicane. Holland hangs on to it. Spinning the tires as he comes out. Now they're into Coca-Cola. Off the final turn. David Holland going to go on to victory here in Germany. Rod Clenard loses it in the last lap and a half, but he'll finish P2. Jefferson Padavani still making his way around, but it looks like Jefferson's going to finish. Pano will take P4 all by himself, but it's Eggers and Delp down to the chicane. Delp rattles it over the curb. does not get a good exit. That's going to let Pisano get away. In through Coca-Cola, out of Coca-Cola. Daniel Zegers is going to take P5. Nick Delpjohn is going to finish P6. Michael Overbay comes across in 7th. Adam Colsar, Francisco Montini. Lyndon Swaby is going to get that P10 finish after starting 23rd tonight.
Yeah, Takeshi Kita and Lionel Pratt. Kevin Santana, boy, what a disappointing night for him. Raymond Day, though, with a good recovery after that incident there in turn 2.
Yeah, it was a fine recovery for him. He'll take P15. But, John, a great race here in Germany tonight. We're going to take a quick break, come back with a few interviews and the results of this race here on the iRacing Esports Network, brought to you here by the Global SimRacing Channel. We'll be right back.
40 of the best sim racers, $100,000 on the line. Who will rise to the challenge? This is the most competitive and sought-after season in iRacing World Championship history. This is where legends are made. This is the Porsche Esports Super Cup.
Back here on the iRacing Esports Network here with the Global SimRacing Channel. Germany, round 6 here for the Precision Racing League Thursday night series, folks. Here are your results. It was a great one tonight that sees David Holland take the win here in Germany. Rod Clenard will finish 2nd. Jefferson Padavani, P3 tonight. Anthony Pisano for 4th. Daniel Zegers will finish 5th. John, 6th going to go to Nick Delp. Michael Overbay is going to finish 7th tonight. 8th going to go to Adam Colsar. 9th, Francisco Montini. And our good friend Lyndon Swaby, old peg leg, finishes P10 tonight.
Yeah, Takeshi Samurai Kita coming home in 11th. 12th, Lionel DePratt. Kevin Santana with that disappointing incident there towards the end, coming home in 13th. Owen McLaughlin coming home in 14th. Raymond Day, boy, another disappointing night for Raymond, coming home in P15. Hugo Galaz, 16th. Jay Steffi coming home in 17th. Brett Thurman in 18th. 19th will be Kyle Streichars. Christopher Richards, Sean, rounding out the top 20.
All right, John, it's going to be Andy Spicer with a 21st place finish tonight. He actually started in 29th, so good run for Andy. Ty Gore going to finish 22nd. Lucio Vargas, 23rd for him tonight, John. And we'll go on to 24th. That's going to be Donald Olson. Sean Duhamel was involved in that incident earlier. Does come back to finish only a lap down and finish 25th. Daniel Barnett, 26th tonight for him. David Cristelli, a 27th place finish. David Hebert, 28th. Charles Sumner, 29th. And 30th, going to go to Radomir Tavares. Okay, John, I'll take those last few, and that's going to be Armando Edwards, 31st, 32nd for Matthew Gunderson, Stephen Faraday, 33rd, David Blackwood, 34th tonight, Wong Taylor, 35th, 36th for Nathan Lewis, and Kenny Rodriguez involved in a very early one, John. He'll finish 37th, and now it's time to talk to the winner of this race, Mr. David Holland. David, your buddy Abner Acosta did not make the flight, wasn't here tonight. You still had plenty of racing on track. Talk to us a little bit about this crazy evening here in Germany.
I'm so sorry, Sean. I was still jumping out of my rig. I missed everything you just said.
No, it's okay. Talk to us about the crazy race here in Germany this evening. Even though Acosta wasn't here, you still had plenty of work.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great race. I was waiting for Rod to make a mistake. We were essentially equal on lap times, but he was pretty much perfect all night. He had one little bobble there going onto the back straight, and I think it was enough for me to close back up, and then on the front straight, just enough to get up there next to him. Had some lap cars in the mix, but no hard feelings there. They were racing for position, and did a great job. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it certainly was. It was a lot of fun watching you guys tonight. Track temperature never seemed to be an issue. It didn't get over 100 degrees, but what is the grip like out on this circuit with all the undulation and the elevation changes here?
It's definitely sketchy. And, the temperature wasn't too hot, but it was quite a bit warmer than we were anticipating. We had practiced at temperatures lower than that. So it was definitely a little loose out there. Rod and I were running actually pretty different sets. Mine was supposed to come in more at the end than it did, but he just being behind him, man, it looked like he was catching it almost in every corner, but it was working for him.
Well, it's another win. I believe that's 5 for you now this season. And, the tracks don't get any easier along the way. Neither does the competition. You still feeling good about your hopes for a championship here this season?
Yeah, definitely. And, this season we've got the fast drivers returning, but I've been impressed with the competition that's joined as well. So it's keeping it fun.
All right. Well, folks, David Holland gets another one tonight. David, you want to thank anybody real quick, bud?
Yeah, absolutely. Need to thank NinjaTrader, and PRL. I mess that name up every time. And also you guys at GSRC doing a great job broadcasting. I also want to thank the team, Vantage Esports. We all put in a lot of time this week, and turned out great. So thanks, guys.
All right. And our thanks to David Holland. And John, you have caught up with Rod Clenard, our second place finisher tonight.
Rod Clenard coming home second tonight. Rod, man, you've had the pace race in and race out, and tonight you finally executed and got that podium finish there. How do you feel? Breathtaking, apparently, because Rod's still celebrating. I guess David must be shooting the champagne in Rod's eyes right now. Rod, you got a copy on us?
Either that or Rod is suffering from a severe case of jet lag. So let's talk to Jefferson Padavani, John. Let's talk to Glitter Pants real quick. I'll let you catch it.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, Glitter Pants. Jesus Christ. Boy, it's just a bunch of people laughing in a booth right now. Jefferson coming home third tonight. You started P4. Kind of a quiet race. There was some action there a little bit in turn 2 with you and one of the Vantage Esports drivers. How did your night go? How did you feel it went?
Yeah, it was a very quiet and lonely race. As you guys realized, the first part before the pit stops I was trying to chase the guys. My strategy was going harder on the second part, but I wasn't counting with mandatory required repairs that I need to do. I don't know what happened. I need a 8-second required repairs, and I lost like 4 or 5 seconds from them, and I couldn't catch them again. They were really fast today. Congratulations to Dave that take the position of final lap, and to Rod, like he owned the week on the official ones. Yeah, the guys made a very nice job.
Well, Jefferson, it's always a pleasure speaking with you, and you talk well of the other drivers. What's it like driving this car? Is this a car you really enjoy driving?
Yeah, it sure is. We don't have the ABS. We don't have any driving help, so I like this type of cars. I don't know how to explain, but the harder the car is, I like it more to drive it. Like you have here in iRacing the Nissan ZXT and the IndyCar. I really like it too. The LMP ones too, but I'm not having time to practice as I had like in the past, like 1 or 2 years ago. But as I told you guys, the harder the car, I appreciate more to drive this type of cars that demand more from the driver.
Well, that's good to hear. Jefferson, it's always a pleasure talking with you. Congratulations on coming home tonight with a podium finish. Sean, do you want to say good night to Jefferson? I know you know how to say that.
No comment, John. No, there'll be no Portuguese out of me this evening. Podio bom. Podio bom.
Yeah, good podium. Podio bom, yeah. But good night is boa noite. Seixan, boa noite.
Boa noite.
Nice. Noite.
Yes, okay.
Noite.
Okay.
Nice.
Jefferson, take care, sir.
Thank you, guys. Right. Good night. Bye.
John, we're gonna try and take one more shot here talking to Rod Clenard. Rod, have you got us, buddy? Oh no, John, the struggle is real.
Rod, you got a copy.
Speed.
Okay.
All right, we got to go. John, that's all right. We tried. Maybe we'll get to talk to Rod next week. Maybe you can invite him over to a channel there and figure out how to get his tech working. Anyway, folks, listen, thank you so much for stopping by. Now, first, I got to tell you, immediately following this event, okay, here in about 13 minutes, the Breast Cancer Awareness 250 getting ready to start here at Talladega. Wish me well, please. I'm going to try and compete in this race, but it's going to be right here on, not on ISM, but go on over to the Global SimRacing Channel right after we get done here. You want to tune in for that. It's 250 miles at Talladega this evening in the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup cars. And I'll try not to embarrass anybody. Anyway, but we do want to thank IESN for having us here on the iRacing Esports Network. John, thank you very much. We want to thank NinjaTrader, who's come on board this season. We also want to thank the companies that provide the software and hardware for our broadcast listed here on your screen. We also want to thank June Lalonde, who provides all the great music you hear every broadcast. See the screen for how to get a hold of more of her great work. I want to thank the team today. My brother John, Joe Peak back there twisting and tweaking the dials for us, Dougie Beard on the cams. If you'd like to find out more about GSRC, including upcoming races, well, you can go to our website. You can start there, globalsimracingchannel.com. You can even check out our social media, as we're on Twitter at GSR Channel. Find us over at Facebook on Global SimRacing Channel, and on the gram, yes, at GSRC_gram. John, next week, Halloween.
Sebring, Sean.
Yes, Sebring.
Hey, real quick, good luck to your 250 lap race, and just remember, don't cry out loud, and watch out for the clowns.
All right. And as we do have 1 foot on the ground and 1 hand in the stars, I want you to look at the upcoming races for other series listed on your screen. Check those out, mark them down on your calendar. But until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.